Hello and good morning. My name is Ace. I'm a hobbyist. I've been doing a couple of art projects these past couple of weeks. I've started with a 3D sculpt. I'm re-topologing it. I guess that's how you say it. I don't know. And I didn't want to spend a lot of streams copying and pasting a bunch of polygons, so I'm doing that off stream until I get to the next step. In the meantime, I did this piece here, the last few streams, and this is an OC of mine. I'm deciding how my next project will be. The Pretty much the purpose of all this art, which is a web comic that I am working on. The meshes will be used as reference, and this piece is to kind of get an idea of how the web comic will look. I'm thinking about doing something in this style. We're currently in grayscale right now. I am putting in the highlights, and that's what we're going to be continuing today. So I'm going to get started now. Hope you had a good weekend. You're listening to the VOD or watching this on, if you happen to come across this on YouTube. Um, Good morning. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I decided to just basically just stream my process, and if you enjoy it, I'm glad you enjoy it. It's there for anyone who cares to look and see it. I'm going to stream the entire process of designing this webcomic. That's my goal anyway. And hopefully we'll be able to get through it and work on other art projects. Next month I'm thinking about streaming some gameplay of something. It's going to be a variety of stuff. Just for fun, whenever I decide to play something, I'll probably just end up streaming it. And yes, that is pretty much what I am I'm looking forward to doing anyway. So yeah. I haven't really I don't know, I haven't really been consuming anything interesting lately. Just been drawing. I did play Dragon Ball Fighter Z for like the second time ever this past weekend. I forgot how fun that game was. I got trashed in it, but it's pretty fun. I might play it one day on stream. I'm gonna have to learn how to play that game in order to not get mopped up at every opportunity. Okay, so what I was doing is okay, we I did the second lighting here. No, this is the first lighting. Right? Let me see. Yeah, it's the first lighting, so I'm going to put that in the background now. I'm going to duplicate this layer. And now the light that I have put in, I'm using the dodge and the burn tools for grayscale. I feel like it's much better than just trying to, because when I first started digital art, of course, I've mentioned this before, I just used whatever shades of gray I thought worked, and the picture turned out very blurry as a result. But Dodge Tool, you have very clear tones, and you can control them easily. You just use the same color and you just burn and dodge them however you see fit. It works better for me. I've done some practice things and some art for the art channel in that with using this method already, and it turned out pretty well for the most part. I kind of just did. I kind of Even though it took me a while to complete it because it was so much stuff, I whipped up basically a an offline art thing, and I used this method here of grayscale, and I like how it turned out. I think I could have like put a little bit more effort into it in hindsight, but that's the part of learning. I got it out there, and it was just more it was more of a test to see like if that would work out, and if I want to redo my offline art one day, I can always do that. I'm gonna try to do. I used to do that a lot in the past, like redraw stuff. I'm going. I don't know. I think I'm kind of interested in doing it. I guess I kind of want to do it less and just do new stuff because I like to try to challenge myself. Yeah. And I feel like, yes, if I draw something over and over again, it will turn out better. But it gets kind of boring to me after a while if I keep drawing the same thing over and over again. I can probably do two, maybe no more than that. Like if I did toy with the idea of going back and doing all my old pieces. Maybe the most interesting ones I'll do that. I'm not sure though, so we'll see. But I'd rather do new stuff. But I guess it would be fun. I don't know. I guess it's not completely out of the question. I've actually drawn this character before, but it was kind of back when I still didn't really know this medium too well, digital art, and the solid blacks that I am using here on this in the line art, I was shading that in the color, and it kind of ended up a little sloppy. But I did draw this character before. I have my own universe, and this is the web comic is pretty much the prequel to, I guess, this universe right here that I am drawing. I want to animate this portion of the story though. Maybe when I get the webcomic and like progress in the webcomic a little bit more, I'll start doing storyboards for the web for not sorry, not the webcomic, the animation, because I know the story. I made it when I was in elementary school. So I had this idea to animate it because I'm really interested in animation. And but when I started doing digital art, I was learning how I would animate it, and I realized that I needed to brush up on my drawing skills first. So I kind of just went all in on that. I haven't really the animation for this channel is like it's kind of like a return to me dabbling in animation, and it's a little rough, but I think I have a method down of how I do it. I like to do frame by frame and freehand. I've never really done tweening. I do kind of want to learn how to do it in Blender as well, and I got some things that I can look at and try to learn how to do that. Hopefully, I'll be able to show that one day. That's like that's like a kind of an idea that I have in doing that. I'm what I'm doing is I'm I'm just gonna like paint in some blades of grass. I'm doing it in grayscale. Maybe the light is hitting the blades of grass. I think I need to blend this part though. It's a little too sloppy. I blended it all the way though. Whoops. But that's the plan that I want to do as far as animation is concerned. I'm actually looking forward to it, but I don't want to hold up the webcomic anymore because I've been really trying to figure out how I want the webcomic to look, and I spent like 3 years writing the story. I have an entire volume written. I put a lot of effort into it, so I want to make sure that the art is kind of like holds up with the story. I know that's not exactly an important thing. That's just a personal preference of mine. I felt like my art wasn't really refined enough for a webcomic. I didn't want it to start, I didn't want to do all the bad habits that I normally do, like with sloppy line art. That's kind of a weak point of mine. I wanted to do better line art for the webcomic, and I never really had a problem with the colors. I guess I don't really look at color theory. I don't know. I feel like it's not like it's useful, but I don't know like if you should plan like always follow color theory because that's not really how reality works. You're gonna there's gonna be colors that don't really complement each other in real life, or it's I don't know how to explain it, but I am looking at it. I do want to try to pick the right colors, which I guess would be color theory. I don't really, but I don't for a long time didn't really look at stuff like that, but I'm slowly incorporating it. So we'll see how that turns out. And I want to do, yeah. See here, I have the hatching. I want that in my art. I'm trying to learn how to do that and make it not look sloppy. I think it looks okay so far. There's some little small things here and there that I could work on, but overall, I am excited. I guess. Oh, well, I'm gonna say yeah, satisfied. I'm satisfied. You know, with the thing. Hey, Trig. Good morning. Welcome to the stream. I'm just putting in the highlights in the background. Talking about things that I want to do in the future regarding art. Um, I think I want to do the webcomic like this. That's what I'm thinking. I just have to do it faster. I know I've been whittling away at it. You know, my schedule is not ideal, but I will get there when I get folked. Okay, that's what Ultimate Warrior used to say. It's time to get folked. It was like focused. He liked to do like he liked to combine different words together. It's kind of weird. He has like his own little isms, I guess. I don't know what kind of person he was in real life. You know, it might be. I think that's kind of called into question these days. But um, his character was interesting at least. So I'm trying to get the illusion here that you can see the shadow in the grassy field here. So I'm just putting little lines of highlight and then just blending it in. All this is gonna get blurred anyway, so I don't want to spend too much time on the art. It's just so you can see there's a background there. Who used to say that? Ultimate Warrior, folked, distrusity. I don't even know what that means to be honest. He had like some weird words, man. Distrusity, I guess I can't even begin to explain it. It's because it's been a while since I've he's passed away now. Ultimate Warrior, yeah. Distrusity. Uh, it was like the I can't like really explain his gimmick. It's like basically he receives power. Yeah, I feel like 15 of them are dead, but then again, it's been 30 years, so it makes sense. Yeah, it's weird how there's so many, but some are still alive. I thought, there was a long time I thought Hacksaw Jim Duggan was dead, but he's actually still alive. Andre the Giant, of course, he had like legitimate health issues. It was just, the from being having giantism, or I don't know what the scientific term is, but that's what he had. His glands kept making him grow. Apparently, Big Show has that, but he had the glands removed. So, I mean, I guess that's why he's still alive. Apparently, you just keep growing until your heart can't take it anymore, and you just die. To my understanding, but don't listen to me. I'm not a doctor. I think they were 30 years ago. Yeah, 60. You don't have to carry that one to figure that one out. Yeah. I know. I know it's like, there's like steroid use and, all the brain injuries and all that. I liked Hulk the Animal just because of the armor they would wear. I did too. I was very that was one of the people that I liked when I first got into wrestling. They were around Hacksaw Jim Duggan, of course I already mentioned him. Um Undertaker was my favorite. Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, basically all the superstars, of course. I think the people that weren't superstars, I believe Tatanka. I did like Tatanka. Tatanka was pretty cool. IRS, even though he was a heel. Um, I'm trying to think who, like, besides the superstars, who was like people that I would root for. I can't remember a lot of the old wrestlers. I have to see them again, and I'm like, oh yeah, which were just football shoulder pads with spikes on them. Yeah, basically, they're like some Road Warrior type gimmick. And I guess that's what they were going for. Mr. Perfect, I guess. Yeah, I would say I was a fan of Mr. Perfect. I like Mr. Perfect. They were literally called the Road Warriors. Yeah, that's right. I totally forgot. Oh yeah, Bushwhackers, because they did that stupid that stupid thing. It was amusing to an extent. Um, I guess Sergeant Slaughter was a superstar basically, and they had him in GI Joe, so he was pretty big. But I guess he was all right. You remember how they would have a wrestling match and it would be the Undertaker versus Thurgood Whittaker? Yeah, jobbers they call them. That was basically the Brooklyn Brawler's whole career. But at least he had a gimmick, right? He was like some kind of trash man looking dude. I think he even had a. Didn't he have a trash? Wasn't that him? The trash. Where he had the trash can. He would come in with trash can. You like you like how they like they really just pick people off the street. Hey, we need someone to lose. Oh, I already read that. My bad. Yeah. Sorry, I thought I saw a movement in the chat. I see chat my peripherals. It's like right in front of my tablet. But yeah, it was something else. Razor Ramon, he passed too. Spark Plug Holly. I think he was he's what is he, hardcore Harley now, right? Actually, I think he turned into the Ass Man, right? And then from the Ass Man he went from Ass Man to Daddy Ass, which I think is a hilarious name. Daddy. Why would you call yourself that? Kirsten McDonald and in this corner China, yeah. I would say Trish Stratus, but she was a I'm sorry, I got something in my throat. She was a superstar, so she doesn't really count. And her name is not really normal. It's kind of like it's a very I don't even know how to explain it. It's not like a normal name. It's like a big cool name. Even at like 10 years old, I was like, okay, he's about to lose. Yeah, of course. You're not gonna unless like they're trying to debut somebody, because Undertaker did that a lot. They would put him up against people and like Yokozuna, like when Yokozuna first showed up, he like they would have Undertaker put him over, and then like they were like beefing for a while with the casket match. I was never a fan of Yokozuna, but he was okay, I guess. But I consider him a superstar because he was like he got a big push from the company for a while. He died too. I think it was from being overweight, I guess. Something with his heart. I don't know. Mr. No Name. Sometimes they win. Sometimes. Sometimes they actually win. Oh, let me blend these leaves in here. I'm kind of just painting these in. Oh yeah, Shawn Michaels theme, Sweet Chin Music. Yeah, Shawn Michaels was like my second favorite wrestler. I liked Undertaker and Shawn Michaels back then, and then when the Attitude Era came, I guess I kind of still, I always did like Undertaker, but Shawn Michaels, when he was in DX, I wasn't like because he was always a heel. Once he became DX, he wasn't like really a face anymore. So I kind of like fell out off with you know being a Shawn Michaels fan. But then you had Stone Cold and The Rock, so I remember one guy that I did not like for a long time, but then over time, like when he changed his gimmick, I started liking him a little bit more. Was Triple H. I did not like him at all when he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Fucked up move, LOL. Wrestling is just, yeah, they really hurt if you do the moves. Yeah, of course, yeah. The moves, um, yeah, some of them. I mean, they do because when you do sweet chin, it's actually a really light kick when he does it. It just sounds like he actually hit them. Most of the time he doesn't. What he does is the way he does the kick. When he does the kick, he slaps his knee, and that's the impact that you're hearing. He doesn't actually kick them. He's really good at it too. He can sell it really well. It actually looks like he kicked them, but he doesn't kick them at all. If he kicked somebody with a foot like that, with shoes right in the jaw, they're getting knocked out, man. Like you're like a kick is stronger than a punch, and especially if you kick straight out, when you do like a when you do a sweet chin, your leg is going straight out like an arrow. When you hit somebody in the jaw with that, they're definitely going down. If you see an actual like UFC match, just like kicking, like doing a front kick, like when you're kicking in the door, that's enough to freaking knock somebody out. Just imagine you just put all your power into it, and you hit them in the head. They're done. They're going to sleep. You got them wrestling boots on. They got boots on. These guys have bare feet, and they're knocking people out. Shawn Michaels has like boots on or something like that. So, imagine just getting sweet chin with like a Timberland boot. That would hurt. Oh, he had this one segment that real Chung Lee kick. Yeah, he had this one segment where he was in DX, and they were like, um, I forget. He said there it was like this whole thing how DX isn't really like the bad guys anymore, like they don't do anything. And Shawn Michaels was mad about that, so he was just ran. He was like, hey, and some guy was like that works in the back and just walked up. He had like a clipboard and a headset. He was like, hey, what's your name? He's like, yeah, my name is Sean. He was like, hey, Sean, and he would just sweet chin him. He's like, see, I just kicked Sean. I still do this stuff. And then like he would go down the hallway and just sweet chin random people. That was the most hilarious thing Shawn Michaels has ever did. He was like some guy would walk out. The way it was shot was funny because he would walk out from like another hallway and then just get randomly sweet chin, and then like papers would go everywhere because they had all these stacks of papers. They just kick people, just going down the hallway kicking people. And of course, when he would oversell people, that guy he was pretty good at comedy. He was also a good wrestler. People say he's like one of the best workers. He just had a he was kind of like egotistical, I guess, at one point. I'll see if I can find a clip. I saw one with Undertaker. Uh, yeah, yeah. They kind of don't do like stuff like that anymore with all the comedy, but it was funny, I guess. I kind of stopped watching it in its heyday. I stopped watching it around 2000, I think, 2000, 2001. Hey, where's Ric Flair's office? And the guy was like, what? Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna work on the person. I'm kind of just winging the background here. I hope it. I'm like I said, I'm gonna blur it, so I don't really. I tell you what, though, I see some things. I'm gonna take a snap for no reason and say, "Oh, Ric Flair, the co-owner of the company, your boss, his office." I actually never seen that. Yeah, that's. I think they were doing, because that was when everyone would just say what for no reason. They still do that to this day. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, every now and then something comes up on YouTube and I'll look at it. But yeah, I stopped it. I stopped it and I stopped watching it like 2001. I think I was in ninth grade during that time. So yeah, I don't know why I love that clip in high school. Yeah, that was something else. That guy still wrestles, man. That guy's all he's old. He's his body's all jacked up. They really must love doing it. I watched it if it was on, but I don't follow. I didn't follow school friends at the time. Will follow and pretend to be them on the playground or at their house or whatever. It was a casual. Yeah, I guess I kind of was too, to be honest. Like I did watch it, but sometimes I wouldn't watch it. I'd be like, man, if I'm doing something else, hang on. Sorry, I can just making sure that my music sound was good because I can hear it. It sounded weird. I'm not. I can't. I can hear it from a distance through my headphones. Anyways, yeah, the subject, right? The subject. Last memories I really have were X Pac and when Hulk Hogan had an NWO shirt. Oh yeah, that was around that same time. Like sometime between '98 and 2002. And Suck It, yeah, that's DX. Basically, the whole Monday Night Wars era between WCW and WWF slash WWE. Okay, I'm going to do the highlights for the character. Yeah, they do the whole. When I was thinking back, they did that for a long time. I remember when I was still in elementary school when they were doing that, and they kept doing it all the way up until I stopped watching it. So that was like what 4 or 5 years, maybe even longer than that, because I don't know how long DX lasted after that. Yeah, it was Raw is War, which was on Monday, and then Nitro, and then um WWF would they came out with SmackDown on Thursdays, and I think WCW had something on Thursdays too. Was it Thunder or something? Or am I thinking of some? I don't know. I have to ask 99 because he would know. I think that WCW had something for Thursday too, but I can't remember because it's been so long. 10 sub program. Yeah, they had I remember some of them. They had for WWF they had Shotgun Saturday Night. They had something for Sunday. They had I think Shotgun Saturday Night they would just do house shows and weird stuff. I don't know. It's like they were really like starting to oversaturate their product just so they can beat WCW. One of those action words, same names as American Gladiators. Big Buff Pantheon against an average Joe. Yeah, those weren't really average Joes. Those were athletes too. They just weren't bodybuilders. That was the difference. They seem like average Joes when you put them next to bodybuilders, but those people were athletes too. They were like physically fit people. Ain't no regular Joe gonna go in there and do those events and win against a freaking bodybuilder. It's like jousting. You're not gonna win. It's actually not easy trying to joust people. I've done jousting before. It's not easy at all, especially when you have the jousts with the gloves built on, so you can't spin it like Gambit or anything. It's like you're kind of like locked into doing your rowing things. You can't do no tricks with it. You don't try to like sweep people or whatever. Like where your hands are gonna be the whole time because the gloves are built into the joust. I don't think they didn't have those types of jousts though in American Gladiators. They had the ones where you had the free hand, so those are way better, but it's still not easy because those pads they're kind of They're kind of weighted, so it's like if they were just like really cushiony, you ain't gonna be able to. You just be hitting each other with foam or something. But they actually have weight to them, so you get hit with them, you're gonna move. Jeffrey versus Thunder, yeah, Storm. Uh, I can't remember the names they had, but yeah, it was something along those lines. I know Storm was one of them. Storm. Some of those people ended up in movies. Like the guy who played Jax in one of the Mortal Kombat movies was he was in American Gladiators. I just don't remember their names. Starfire. You gotta, it's like you gotta have a grand name, a grandiose name for a gladiator. You can't be like John Tobin or something, and you're like a big dude. Even though that probably would work if you marketed it right. But nah, you gotta be like Titan or something. Those people with the what was it WMCA Masters and uh stuff like that. Like they would like that was like more martial arts oriented. That guy was actually in more. One of those people were actually in Mortal Kombat too. Liu Kang fought him. You got to be Berserker, Thunder, Nitro. Yeah, those are the ones I remember. Yeah, Thunder, Nitro, Berserker. I think they brought back American Gladiators. Pretty sure they did. My favorite event of American Gladiators was the one with the cannons, and you got to like take cover and like shoot the. You got to shoot the missile. It's, you know, I always thought Nerf guns are always fun to me. So me and my brother would always get into Nerf gun shootouts or some kind of fake gun shootouts or whatever. So those are the ones. That one, and you get the Gladiator would have like this big like proton cannon looking thing that like shot basketball look or dodgeballs or whatever. I don't know. Oh yeah, the dodgeball one was good too, where you had to grab the ball and dunk it in the thing, and the gladiator like would try to block you or whatever. You had to go and try to like bully through them and slam the things in the trash can. I like that one too. That one was pretty cool. A big pirate deck cannon. Oh yeah. The climbing one was okay too. We had to do the rock climbing. Like you're not, man. No regular person is gonna be just free arming that shit. No, no. I've done climbing. It's and my climbing form is actually bad, but um I did a lot of I had a lot of upper body strength at the time, so I would just climb with just my arms, and that would get me through it. Like I couldn't like when you climb a rope, there's like a little trick that you got to do with your legs. I was never really good at it. Plus, I had boots on, so it was I was only shown it once, and you can't just like, hey, show me that again. The instructors were not having that, so I just tried my best to emulate what they did, and then eventually I was like, okay, you know what? Since I lift all these weights, why don't I just use my arms instead? And I just went with that. Yeah, the big shield. Yeah, you can take the shield and just like it's like the little big yeah. And you had to hit the glad. You had to hit the shield, right? It was like something you had to hit. I don't remember. It's like a target on the gun that you had to hit. Yeah, it was pretty fun looking. It looked fun anyway. I never actually did it. The Trojan shield. Yeah, jousting was okay. I can't remember the rest of the. I know they had a running one, but I don't remember what it was. That was our Ninja Warrior before Ninja Warrior. Funny part about that was that show did exist, but it was in Japan at the time. The one when we got it, those episodes were actually like years and years old. Those weren't actually new episodes. They were just imported from Japan and translated. Well, the course, if I remember correctly, was the gladiator on a mountain or some kind with a cannon, and the person had to run to each obstacle. Yeah, it was like cover. They had to stay in the cover, and every station had a different weapon, and was like some of them were better than others, so they had to get to the good ones or whatever. It's It was interesting. I wonder who came up with that. It'd be funny if they got like some badass military dude to come up with that. I was like, okay, yeah, we got this is how you got to do it, and just design this whole event around warfare or whatever. I bet you that's what happened because I don't know. No normal person is going to think something up like that. It's got to be some kind of create some really gifted creative person came up with that. I don't see a regular person creating that kind of event. Like I have a lot of ideas. I don't even think I would come up with something like that. I don't think I could come up with something like that. The Ninja Warrior show reminds me of that Japanese show that used to come on real late at night. I forgot the name. Yeah, it's basically the same show, but I forget the name too. It was called no, it couldn't have been Takeshi's Castle. That was in the same vein, but um they brought that show too, but they renamed it. Translated. Yeah. American Ninja Warrior. No, it was Ninja Warrior and then it was American Ninja Warrior and then it was something else. Yeah. I'm gonna do that part again because that was a little sloppy. Okay. I'm gonna do this part right here. It's pretty shiny, so I'm going to highlight it. I brought the stylus up too much, so I'm just gonna do that one again. Okay. They would have puns and stuff. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember if it was. I don't think that was Ninja Warrior. I think that was something else. But I used to watch that. Those events actually looked hard too. Where you fall in the pool, you gotta like jump on a giant like cylinder or whatever. I was like, I don't know about that. I have done something similar to that before, but it wasn't like a competition. It was like a team building exercise that we lost, and I ended up in the pool. It's like it's set up to where you have to work together or you're gonna fall off. So it's just dumb stuff, but yeah. And it was in the middle of February, so imagine that fall into a pool and it's like below 30 or not below 30, but winter weather. Not fun. That was not a fun day for me anyway. Wasn't even my fault either. It was if somebody else has to make a mistake. It doesn't matter who. If somebody makes a mistake in this exercise, it's like you have to switch the you have to. It's like these three pillars and these boards, and you have to switch the boards and the position of the people standing on the boards, and you have to switch them while you're on them. It's kind of weird. And the person that was trying to complete the exercise, he didn't make the right decisions and he ended up falling. Dude would fall in the water and the guy would be look like, oh, looks like he's cooking with grease on that. Yeah, yeah. And they would say things like, oh, he fell in the like they would say it was battery acid or something like that. Then they would dub in like someone screaming like when he comes out and they have like this weird look on their face and they would make it seem like he was screaming because it was battery acid, but it was actually just like colored water or something. Yeah, I mean I know exactly what show you're talking about. It wasn't actually battery acid. It was like some weird looking greenish, brownish water. Hang on, I thought I heard a knock at the door. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if there's anybody at my door. Okay, I don't know what that was. Anyway, and they had one with the wall with a shape cut out, and they had to fit through the shape or be pushed into the water. I kind of remember that. There were so many that you had like the climbing, and it was just you had to do like the like a kind of like a monkey bar thing. It had a lot of events. I think I would not be able to do any of them, to be honest. Even though, like, even at my most in shape version of me, because I just it's just something that Google got my back in. Yeah, I don't think I would be able to, I wouldn't try that. Like I could probably do American Gladiators, but that, nah, I don't know. I don't know if I would want to do that. Old Japanese obstacle course. Yeah, some interesting shows over there. They did a lot of funny pranks. Like they would set up like a spy or whatever, and like they had those massage chairs that you sit in. They would rig one to where if if you sat in the chair, it would eject you outside, and outside is like winter. It's a winter outside, and you would slide down this big snow hill. MXC, that's what it was. That is it. That's it right there. Now I remember. Yep, that's the one. MXC. I forgot all about that name. I knew the show. I just kept calling it Ninja Warrior because that's what replaced it after a while. It showed them two dudes in them big fat kimonos. Yeah, hang on. Okay. I never knew the name. I just remember that ridiculousness. Yeah. Yeah, I used to watch that. MXC. That came on. That wasn't Spike TV, was it? It came on some weird channel. I don't remember. But I used to watch it. I thought it was entertaining. A weird channel, yeah. Like I don't know, maybe it was IFC or something. I don't remember. Yeah, they had a lot of shows like that in Japan. Well, not like that, but just really weird competition shows and game shows, and you can find them on YouTube, but it's like if they're not in English, it's going to be a little different to find, like a little difficult because it'll be in another language in the kanji. Okay, I'm gonna put some highlights in the jacket for the 3 hours straight at night. I vaguely feel like they showed it on Sci-Fi Channel. You might be right. I don't actually remember the uh the channel that it was on. I just know that I watched it, and I'm not even sure how I even found it. To be honest, it was on a channel that I did watch, and I remember seeing advertisement for it before it came out. And it was and I remember vaguely remember this one where they'd be like, "Which grandma chicken out?" And then it's like these two grandmas in these motor scooters chairs, and they would like drive toward each other like a really slow speed. That was like one of the things that they advertised that show for. And then the big sumo dudes in the big fat sumo suits, like that was part of their commercials. Me neither. I was just on or changing channels back when you could change channels. But you can't do that anymore. I haven't watched TV in years, so I don't know. I barely watch streaming stuff. I might listen to a podcast or two, but I find myself watching less and less things these days. But I do go out of my way to watch X-Men because I always wanted to see that. I always wanted to see a series where they continued the original cartoon. So I do watch that, but not much else. Every now and then, if I feel like watching a movie, I might put something on, but I haven't really been watching anything lately. I don't even know what movies are coming. Oh wait, yeah, dude. I kind of do want to see Bad Boys 4, and then there was this other one that's just come out. It's an action movie that I kind of want to see. I forget what it's called. It's got a long name. Something with warfare. Something warfare. I don't remember what it was called though. Ungentlemanly warfare. Something like that. I don't remember. It's starring the dude who played Jack Reacher. I think. I don't remember. That's I don't like. I was like, oh, that looks pretty decent. I kind of want to see that or interesting, but I forget what it's called. So it's gonna be a while. I'm not gonna look for it either. So it's gonna be a while before I see that movie. I can already tell, even though I kind of want to see it. The last new movie I seen, I think, was John Wick 4. TV about to not have a remote soon. Yeah. Wow. Oh, I forgot to blend this together. Can I still do that? That was a mistake. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'll just blend it now. That one, yes. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Yes. Thank you. Now let's hope that I don't forget it this time. I kind of want to see that. I still like action movies, so I might go out my way. Well, no, actually, no. The last movie I saw was The Gentleman with Matthew McConaughey. I thought I liked it. It was pretty entertaining, I guess. I don't really go into movies critiquing them off the bat. I'm not a reviewer, and there's not much for me to be outraged for these days. What is the old Japanese show like Wipeout, Takeshi's Castle, Most Extreme Elimination Challenge is yeah, Takeshi's Castle. Yeah, so that was it. I knew the Japanese name of it, but I forgot MXC. It's an American comedy television program that aired on TNN, Spike TV. Okay, yep. So it was Spike TV. To February 9th, 2007, is a repurpose of footage from the Japanese game show Takeshi's Castle, which originally aired in Japan from 1986 to 1990. Yeah, there's this it's this actor. Well, he became an actor, but he was the host of the original show. His name is he goes by Beat Takeshi or Takeshi Katano. He's a director of he does a lot of Japanese crime films. I kind of like his work. He played Zatoichi in the Zatoichi when he did a Zatoichi movie, the one where he has the gray hair and it came out in like '03. He did that movie. And he's in Johnny Mnemonic. He was the Yakuza dude. Was it 29 or 26, 22, 23? Where C-SPAN um no, Spike TV was channel 34 in our area. 33 was TNT, 32 was USA, and 34 was Spike TV. Yeah, MTV was channel 27. Yeah. 24 was Sci-Fi before they moved it to 50 something, 50 I think. It went from 24 to 50 or something. I don't remember. And then FX was 51 or 52. Yeah, 50. Yeah, 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 yeah. I remember that. That must be how I think what Spike TV was yeah, Spike 34 was TNN and then it became Spike TV when I guess Spike Lee bought it. I don't know. TNN was mostly rodeo stuff and every now and then they play movies. I don't know why I watched TNN. Oh, I think I know. I think oh yeah, Turner Movie Classic. Yeah, okay. Um I know why I watched that channel because WCW had moved to that channel, and that's how I saw the advertisements for MXC slash Takeshi's Castle. Yeah, that's what it was. Now that you're jogging my memory, yeah, that's exactly how it happened. Back when I watched wrestling still. Turner Classic Movies. I saw this one movie where they it was a black and white. It was like an old movie, and they had shrunk down, and they had to fight germs. I don't remember what it was called. It's probably called like germs or something. I don't know. I don't remember what it was called, but they had to shrink down, and then like some guy shot a dude that was small with a gun. Like the gun was right in front of him. They shot him and he died. He didn't get obliterated or anything. He just fell over. It was like an old movie. Rip Classic Channel TV. Hang on, somebody's calling me. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, I haven't seen regular TV in. Hang on, getting another call. Sorry about that. Apparently, OBS decided to take a dump. uh, all right, we're back. Uh, I don't know if you caught what I said before the disconnection, but I received a pocket dial, so I was just sitting there saying hello the entire time, and then the stream dumped on itself. So, but we're back. Um, where was I? Oh, you know where I messed up on? There should be light here, and I freaking shaded it in. So whoops. What I'm going to do is I'm just gonna color right over that. I can always erase the lines. Okay, well, I guess we're back. You know, when it says it reconnects, and then I start talking again, and then like 2 minutes later it says Ace is now streaming. I'm like, oh my god! So I just wasted the last 2 minutes. Sorry about that. Apparently, OBS is or Twitch is not having a fun time right now. At least not for me. Okay, we're back. I don't know what happened. Um, I went AFK for a second, but I'm back. I'm going to continue on now. Okay, where were we? Yes, we're doing the light. I'm gonna light the collarbone up because light would be able to hit that from that angle. I'm gonna have to erase those lines though, because they should not be shaded in like that. If I can do that right now. Okay. I gotta switch to. I gotta find the shortcut for eraser. That is not eraser. That would have not helped me at all. I don't know why I clicked that. Why am I even over here? Oh, I am on eraser, but I picked the wrong brush for it. I'm supposed to do the side. Sorry, I had a brain fart. Okay. I'm going to erase the lines on here because this should not be shaded in. And I see some mistakes right here. I'm going to try to blend that in. Let me get back on the grayscale. Not sure what on what that's yeah, okay. I'm gonna say I can see that. I don't know why I can't shade it in. I'm just going to go on each layer until it's not there anymore. think there was something on my tablet, and I kind of missed the gaps here in the coloring. I'm drawing this at a high resolution. I'm going to resize it, so a lot of these mistakes aren't going to be, probably ain't even going to be able to see them. Hopefully, I don't know. Okay, so I'm still working on the light. I think it's, I don't know, I don't think there's anything more I can do with this here. But what I will do, I'm gonna shade this in a little bit, just a little bit. I'll shade this side in. Okay. I'm gonna put some highlights on some of these wrinkles here on the leather jacket. And most of this will be done in, a lot of the effects on the jacket will be done in color because I can reflect the colors from the environment off of the jacket. I don't think I need to do that in grayscale though, so I'm just doing like simple, really simple highlights. Hopefully that will be good enough. I don't know. I never really did any leather jackets. This is like the most effort I put in clothes. I don't really do clothes very well. So I guess it's kind of the reason why I'm doing this now. It's this practice. And you know, a lot of most like all of my characters are going to be wearing normal clothes. So it would behoove me to do them right. So that's what I'm doing here. And, you know, I'm just gonna paint in some creases here. Try to give it a little more detail. Maybe some reflection here where it curves on the lapel. I still don't know if if that's the right word to use for a leather jacket. That sounds like something that's only on a suit jacket, but I guess a uh a leather jacket could have a lapel, right? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Add some shine on the buttons. I'll just say lapel until I'm corrected or until I decide to look it up and see what it's actually called. But I'm pretty sure it's a lapel. I don't know. I need to blend the buttons in. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh, that's not blend. Okay, sorry about that. We're having some connection issues today. I switched servers. If you're still here, thank you for sticking with it. I'm going to have to now. I'm going to have to take the three VODs that these connections have created and edit them together. It's not going to be a good day for streaming. I'm going to finish the time that I have allotted today for this, and just hopefully things will be better tomorrow. So, um, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue adding the second highlight. I do usually do three, like light, lighter, and lightest, and then the rest I do in color. That's kind of the way I do that. I do my lights and my darks. I do like three shades. I guess it would be four shades with the the hard line here. But that's generally what I do. Because you see here, it's got the dark, and then you have darkest, darker, and then dark. And then you have the base color here, light, and then lighter, and then the next one will be just be highlights, which is like basically this part of the lip here, the nose, the eyes, the brow, the cheekbones, all that will in pretty much any other bone landmarks that you would have on a person that is showing, uh like the really shiny parts of the jacket, all that will be highlighted, and then the hair here, the shine in the hair, and on this side where the light is, that's basically where I would put the highlights. And oh, and the lips too. Yeah, I almost forgot about the lips. Speaking of, we can put the next color, the next light source, or not source, the next light shade on the lips right now. So I'm not going to shade the entire. Okay, we're having a terrible time with streaming today. It's we're not doing so hot today. I don't know what's going on, but my connection keeps dropping. I already switched servers. I'm not. I guess I don't know. It could. I guess it's on Twitch's end, because I've already done my end. And normally I don't have any problem. Like for the past couple of weeks, I had no problems with streaming, but today is not a good day. I might have to call it early. Uh, I don't know. It could be a local problem or it could be Twitch. I'm not sure, but we're gonna get through this. Okay, we're gonna get through this. Oh my gosh, why? We'll be all right. We'll be all right. Anywho, back to our regularly scheduled program. We're going to be doing. I'm doing some highlights. Um, I guess you'll be able to see that if I can stay connected. I don't know. We'll find out. What the heck? Now, what is this? Okay, I guess this is fine. I should probably read up on these tools here because I don't know why this happens like this, and I should probably know that. Okay, I'm just working on the highlights now. The, not the highlights, but the next shade of light. And I think I have them all for the face. I think I should move on to the jacket and the chat and the body or whatever. Sorry, I'm watching my connection. I'm discombobulated now because I keep disconnecting. I'm discombobulated. Disconnected. I'm discombobulated. Okay. But we'll see. If it disconnects again, I'll just come back tomorrow. I don't want to keep dealing with this. And I'll just pick up right where I left off from right now. Give me a second. Hold on. I'll move this back to where it was. Okay. Where are we? Here we go. I'm going to put that here, and then I'm going to do the chain. I guess I can put some highlights on the chain. This is going to be a very shiny thing, so that's what I'm going to start putting that in. I don't really need to. I kind of was just going to do this with the color, but I guess I can put the lighting in on the grayscale for the chain. So I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna do some really basic highlights here for the chain, and I'll just blend it in and then just kind of like work it into the color a little bit. And that will be the plan for the chain. I think the chain is good, to be honest. Okay. I should blend that in. I kind of didn't do that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna light this chain like that too. Hang on, because I have a reference for the necklace. I'm using a reference for the necklaces, basically to see how light hits the gold and do that because metal is something that I don't do often. Last time I really well, besides my offline screen, there's very little metal in that too. But the last time I did metal was like 2012. Like I had a character that wore a lot of metal, and I did the shading for that. It was okay, but I could have done better, I think. So what I'm going to do is I think I could go like this and just shine this part of it, sort of. It'll be better. I think it'll be better when I work in the color there. I can't really envision, even as with a reference, it doesn't look right to me. Maybe it's because I didn't put the shadow in. I think it's probably why. I kind of forgot to do that on the coin. Oh well. Like I said, I could do that with the color at least. I'm gonna paint right over the grayscale. Okay, let me do a shine here. And I'm gonna do a shine here. Try not to get it on the skin there. It's not going to be so shiny that it'll reflect off the skin. The skin is already lit, so I'm going to leave the shirt alone. Okay, now I'm looking at my leather jacket references here. I'm trying to determine where I would put the light on my jacket because it's not the same. I don't like following references exactly. I just try to get an idea of what I'm looking at here because, like I said, I'm not good at clothing. And I try to go from there and try to see how I could apply the way the light hits on that reference to this. I like to have some wiggle room. I don't want to just, do a one for one copy of a reference. It's kind of boring to me. But I have a couple of pictures here of how light hits leather, and I'm just working off of that. Okay, now I need to blend. I got to remind myself I got to blend this together because it should not be this shiny. Like I want to kind of do some reflective light on this side because it's away from the light. It's kind of in shadow a little bit. So this is like reflecting off of, the environment is reflecting off of this. So I'm going to put some light here, some light here. And maybe some light here. So I'm thinking. And I got to shade all this in or blend it in. I don't want to have like a hard, like it's being like lit directly. Needs to be shaded in. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to put some light around these crevices here. see. Oh, you know what? This is a shiny surface, so I could light this actually. I'm gonna try to light it like I do the gold and just put like some highlight here in the middle of this light and then have it go dark again. And then since this is out, since this is at the apex of the curve here of her breast, I'll put some light here. Maybe that works. I don't know. Honestly, I'm just guesstimating here. These are supposed to be zippers. I didn't get a zipper reference, so I kind of just like did my best interpretation of zippers. I've never had a leather jacket, so and I don't know if like zippers. Well, I guess on a jacket that a dude would wear, it doesn't really matter at this point. But they have zippers. I don't know what they're for though. I don't know. I guess it's a style thing maybe. I doubt they're pockets, but there's a zipper that goes from like straight down on one side. I just put both just so it's symmetrical, but I have no idea what they could possibly be for. So we'll put a highlight here. We'll put a highlight here. It's closest to the light source. A highlight here. Because the sun is lighting her back, so I'm gonna put highlight at the top of her shoulder and on the other side as well. I'm just gonna do one because it's kind of away from the sun. I'm gonna do one pass there. Okay. Now I'm gonna blend in some of the some of the strokes I did. I don't want to leave it like I guess I could leave it like that if you wanted to, but I'm not going to. I'm trying not to have this. I'm not gonna have the like art like rough brush strokes in the art of my webcomic. I'm gonna try to process everything as much as possible. This is the brush that I use to blend in the jacket. It seemed like it has a leather type texture to it, so I wanted to try it and see if that would help sell the fact that it's a leather jacket. So I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna use this to work on that right there. The only problem is it's extremely large, so I'm kind of shading it a little bit more than I should. But it does. I can see the texture is being worked in, so I'm going to go with that for now. And what about this? I'm gonna try to do this side. Okay, see, I'm getting the skin there. I don't want to do that. Only problem is I can't. When I turn this brush down, I don't see the texture anymore. See how it kind of like doesn't really show that much now. I have to work it in much longer or much more because the brush is smaller. I think it's because the picture is too high of a resolution for this brush. That's what I'm thinking. But it's all right. We're just gonna work with it. I'm just gonna go around the jacket here using this brush and working in all the stuff that I've added since the last time I used the texture. We'll be doing it again when we add the color. We're gonna work the textures in a little bit more so that way it'll have that nice leathery texture. At least where what I perceive to be leather texture. I don't know. There's this image well, formerly Image Comics character Angela. I was a fan of that character when she was in Spawn. I haven't really been keeping up with her now that because there was a whole lawsuit thing and the rights of that character was sold to Marvel at the conclusion of that event, and now they have the character. But she has this big leather belt, and I have her on my offline screen, and I use this texture for that, and I thought it turned out pretty well. So I thought I'd use this for this leather texture, the jacket. So I'm going to try that here to see if I can achieve a similar or maybe a better result than I did when I first used it. Since the light is a little bit intense here because of the curve, like, well, I don't know, maybe the texture would be more prominent at the top of the curve, right? For breast. I don't know. That's something that over time, I guess I will be able to perceive that better. I'm trying to work it in now though. Let me just increase the brush for that. See if I can get that in there. Maybe it's on a different layer. It's starting to slowly get in there a little bit. I think those are details that aren't going to be really noticeable when I resize this anyway, so I think we're good. I'm just looking around the leather jacket here and seeing if there's anything else I can blend in. Okay, so that's the dodge tool. Maybe just a little bit up there. I don't want to. It's only blending in. Well, I don't want it to. Yeah, okay, never mind. It's blending in the shadows too. What I was thinking was, I was going to say that the brush is only blending in the stuff that I did with the dodge tool. That's why I said just dodge tool. I don't know. It was just an unprocessed thought. But no, it's blending. It's blending in whatever the color is over. So the shadows. It's blending the shadows and the light. I want to do the shirt. The shirt does not have this leathery texture. I don't know. I think that's it. Every time I get when I go up a shade of light, there's less and less to do now, and we're getting closer and closer to done with grayscale. I don't think I need to add any highlights in the background. I'm going to paint in the sky. It's not going to be a flat color. And the clouds, there'll be clouds too. Oops. Let me save it. I don't want to hit that button. The home button. I think that will close the image. I don't want that to happen. So I'm just gonna go ahead and save it in case I make a dumb mistake like that. I don't know. I never hit the button before, so maybe when I turn the stream off, I'll hit the button to see exactly. I think it goes back to your recent um, files that you open. Okay, let me duplicate the layer. All right, I'm gonna put the highlights in, and we will see. And it won't be a lot of highlights. It's just parts of the body or parts of the picture that are the shiniest, like this here. It'll be almost white, and we'll make them even more highlight. We'll make them highlight even more with the color by using close to white, if not white, to highlight it. I'm going to do the bridge of the nose. That's not highlight enough. Yeah, okay, I guess. Highlighting the bridge now. I guess the nostril could be a part of that. Okay, now for the eyeball. And you know what? I'm gonna put like a shine in it. I think from what I've learned of this is that you have to put the shine in the exact spot on both eyes. Otherwise it won't make any sense. So I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm pretty sure that's like a thing. here, the nasolabial fold will have a shine. This is a very shiny part of the face. There's a lot of oil around here and shining on the mouth. All there's reflective light on this side. The only thing that would shine really would be the stuff that I already highlighted, which would be this part of the brow. Shine, yeah. And the this part of the lid. 100 carats in a watch. That's gangster. Wow. What is that in reference to? I don't know. If that is a lyric, I've never heard it. Oh, stupid shine. Oh, that. Okay. Actually, I did hear that. Yeah. All these carrots like I'm a vegetarian. You talking about the Lil Wayne song "Shine"? I'm guessing that was one of the lyrics. I remember that. I'm gonna blend the brow in. That was not blend. That was not blend at all. Shine is the artist. Oh, okay, got you. All right. I thought you were talking about the song "Shine" that Lil Wayne did. I'm having connection issues today. So if I disconnect, I'll probably just pick this up again tomorrow because I've already disconnected like 3 or 4 times, and it's getting annoying. Okay. I'm gonna decrease that, and I'm gonna highlight the brow again. I'm pretty sure you went to jail. Of course, yeah. That should not be a rite of passage for a music artist. I think that genre is moving away from that. I could be wrong though. I don't know. Hopefully, with any luck, they will if they haven't already. All right, the cheekbones. I'm going to highlight them. Not a rite of passage. He was doing well. Oh, okay. Well, there was this thing where yeah, there was this thing. Yeah, that's why I sound like it sounds like a rite of passage because usually those types of artists do that when they try to when they try to up their street cred. They'll like do like a they'll get like a charge or something for their street cred. It's kind of dumb to be honest, but that is a thing. People actually do that. It's either a thing or it's a rumor that it's a thing. I'm not really sure. I'm not in the industry, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was true. I barely remember it. It's like, how would people know you have a firearm in a club? Are you showing it off? It's kind of dubious to me. Very dubious. I'm going to light this part of the face a little bit more. Someone is going to tell on you. You're in a public place. I don't get it. Okay, I'm gonna highlight her chin. I'm gonna blend it in now. Actually have a skin blender brush. Which one was it again? Was this one? I think it was this one. I can't even tell that it's working, to be honest, so it doesn't really matter. Maybe a little bit. Get this big window out of here. I'm gonna blend in the top of her mouth here. Yeah, I don't know if I actually listened to that artist's music. Shine. I don't know. I don't remember anything off the top of my head from that artist. I probably did not. I probably heard it, but I probably didn't listen. I know I didn't listen to it. Okay, I'm starting to see the texture a little bit more with the nose. Probably because it's not a sliver of light, so I notice it more, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to use this on the eyes. I'm gonna leave this kind of a solid line. I'm gonna try to just blend it just a little bit on the edge. Okay, now the chin. I kind of reduced the highlight a little bit, so I'm gonna go inside of it and brighten it some. And I'm not going to blend it into the skin. I'm just gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna highlight a little bit more because this is the highlight layer now. Once I'm done with this, I think I can move on to color, which I'll probably do tomorrow. And then there's this, the cheekbone. Oh yeah, the nostril. I guess I could do the nostril. I guess. Oh, and the lips. I'm gonna have to decrease the size of my brush to do the lips. I'm just gonna work in the texture of the lips, the highlight to the texture of the lips here. I'm gonna do the top of the lip again, just one more time. Maybe put a little bit of light on the lipstick too, just on that part. I don't know if that's actually accurate, but I just decided to do it. Just decided out of the blue to do it. Oh, you know what I could do is put some reflective light from the bottom lip onto the top lip on some parts, just right in the shadow there. Basically, where the shine, where the highlight is strongest at, I could put some reflective light on the upper lip. I'll just blend that in. That is not reflective light, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend that in. Blend that in a little bit. Should I use this? I don't think I should use this brush for that. I'm gonna use a regular brush. Whoa, a little too large there. And I'm gonna blend that reflective light in a little bit. I'll accentuate that when I wear colors when I get to it, I guess. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna put that back in. I'm gonna put that reflective light back in just a little bit. Not going to blend this. Okay. I'm gonna do the hair again. I think if well, I mean, like I said, I can put make the I can accentuate the highlights in color, so I don't really have to keep working on this in grayscale. I'm just doing it at this point. What I should have done was I have some hair brushes. I should have used a hairbrush for that, but I already like drew in the details of the hair in the line art, so I don't really need to do a brush. The brush wouldn't really I feel like the brush wouldn't really help, but I don't know. We can try it. Let me see. Hairbrush, hairbrush, hairbrush. Where you be? Here we go. You can't even really tell anyway. Hang on. I don't think this is the right brush. This one. Yeah, here we go. This is the right brush. I do not think this will be noticeable though, so I'm not gonna really do too much to it. Oh, what did I just do? Okay, I switched the brushes somehow. All right, here we go. Yeah, you can't really notice it, so it's like really not a big deal. I'm trying to get this shadow here and blend it. I don't know which layer it's on though. It's not blending. Is it this layer? You know what I just did? That was doing the eraser the entire time. That is not balling. Hang on. That's what I did. I accidentally switched to eraser without knowing it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Now, can we do this the right way this time? I hit the button on my stylus that selects eraser like a fool. Okay, there we got the line there. It's gonna blend this in a little bit more. Okay, it's a bit shinier. Looks like it's working. At least you're not entering the texture itself isn't really coming through on the brush because, like I said, I already defined the hair with the line, so you're not going to see what the brush is doing really. But at least now that shine is starting to come in a little better. So there's that. I'm gonna do the other side too. This reflective light. May have spent a little more time on grayscale than I needed to. I feel like I can move on to color now. Hey studio, good morning. Welcome to the stream. I'm just finishing up the grayscale. Had some connection issues with Twitch today, but um I am just putting the last of the highlights and blending it all in, and then I'm going to start the color probably tomorrow because I'm already nearing the end almost. I got like 20 or so minutes more. But yeah, I think it's turning out all right. Let me see. Just trying to find some stuff to blend at this point. It really doesn't. I don't know. It's like it's kind of not noticeable now. Like whatever I am missing, I don't know. So I'm kind of just really studying it at this point. I actually might put in some color today. I don't know. I have the time to do it, and I don't really see anything else I need to do in the background. I'm just gonna leave the background like that. I'm a blur it anyway, so I'm not gonna really do much back here. It's not gonna be much detail except for the sky, and I can use that in the color. Oh, is there any? Oh, you know what? Maybe the eye. Why is this brush so small? Just a little bit there and here. If it's not bright enough, I can do it with the color. I put the color in. I'm just seeing if there's anything that I missed before I go on. I think I'm gonna try to blend in this line here a little bit more. I just hit something on my other mouse. I don't know what I did. Is this the right brush? No, this is not the right brush. This is the right brush. Okay. I'm going to blend this. Is it blending? I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to tell. Get it in. Oh yeah, it is blending. Okay, and it looks like I might not even have to do anything more. I think I'm probably just overdoing it at this point. Okay, I think that's good. I didn't see it until I zoomed in, but I guess that's fine. Whoopsie daisy. All right, you know what? Yeah, I think I'm gonna put some color in. I'm gonna keep that gray there. Duplicate the layer once more. Save it before we go on in case something happens. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna start with the hair. Okay, soft light. Okay, that'll do. It's gonna look really faded because it's a grayscale, but I'm gonna paint the actual color in. I'm just laying in the base color. That should be highlighted, I think. I don't know why that went straight to black, but I guess we can leave it. It's not really a big deal. Our hair is black, so I'm painting in black, but it's a soft light brush on an airbrush, so it's not gonna be a solid color. I guess you could do a solid color, but all since I'm doing a pass through layer, everything all the shading that I did underneath will show in the color, so it's gonna look way lighter than it should. But I can just I can keep putting on a different like on a different layer type, like multiply or vivid light for highlights over top of this, and the color will start coming in more and more. It's a method that I want to keep doing for my colors from here on out. I used to just work with lines and then just paint the color straight in, but I wanted to give grayscale another try because when I first started uh, digital art, I tried grayscale, but I wasn't super great at it, and I kept overshading it to the point where my picture would look blurry. And you know what I did? I need to turn these. I need to turn the heavy lines off because I want the color to be underneath. Oops. You know, I want to erase that part. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do that again, but with this time without these lines because if I decide to change the opacity of that layer, I want the color to be underneath of the black lines. Soft light, soft brush. Okay, I'm just gonna do that again. I just want to be able to. I don't want to have any like gaps in the color. I didn't put any scale on that strand of hair for some reason. I don't know why I didn't, but I'm gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it. Like I can color in whatever light and shading at this point. Get in. I got a small brush here. I need a small brush. I mean, I'm gonna blend that. add the color underneath in case I change the opacity. Oh, that looks very sloppy. That is mad sloppy. Okay, let me go on ahead and jeez, that's not the size that I want right there. I'm gonna blend this in now until it's the base color again. Looks like a kind of like a watercolor blending a little bit here. It's like watercolor when I painted in school. I think that was the last time I painted any. No, the last time I did war mural, but that was done in acrylic paint. But the last time I worked with watercolor was in high school. I was inspired by Yoji Shinkawa's art, and it that had like a very watercolor look to it. I'm not really sure if that was what he was actually using, but I kind of tried to emulate that with watercolor paint. I think 99 likes watercolor as well. I don't know. I've done oils, I've done acrylic. I don't think I've ever done. There's different kinds of oils. I've only did just regular oil paint before. I think they have like cold oil. I actually don't know the difference between that and regular oil. I guess the oil is cold. I don't know. I have no clue. But there's all kinds of different oil paints that you can do. Okay, do this side now. Then I'm going to finish the hair up top. Go around the face because we don't want to get any of this color on the face because we have a skin tone that we got to put there. I kind of want to change my brush size, but I'm not going to do it. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to keep coloring in this. I experimented with the paint bucket. Like what I would do is I would duplicate one of the line layers, and then just paint inside of that. But it leaves gaps in between the space and the line art, so I can't really do it that way. And I also tried to lasso the entire image and then just paint within that, but that just does not work for me. I may have to reevaluate so that way I don't paint everything by hand all the time because that kind of takes a while, and I'm pretty sure there's a better way to do it. But this is how I normally fill in large spaces, is just to color it in by hand. It's probably not as efficient as uh, some other methods, but I will figure it out one day. I think you could just automatically lasso this. Like I can't do the whole picture, but there was a thing where I would lasso the hair, the face, jacket, and all that stuff into different layers. That way I could just fill it all in, but I did not do that this time. I'm just coloring everything in the same layer. There's lots of different ways of doing it. I just chose to do it this way. I don't know. I think maybe I should probably try to find a better way of doing it, just in case. I needed to see where I started, which is around right here. So I'm gonna blend in those spaces up there. Okay, I'm gonna get to the sideburns here, and I'm going to get the other side of the bob. Then I'm gonna blend some of that in because it's kind of I didn't really do the the shading on this side. It looks kind of. Wait, what other layer am I missing here? I don't think I'm. Oh yeah, never mind. I took the black layer off. I did that on purpose. Try to color inside. Well, I don't have any problems coloring inside the lines, but I don't want to color into other areas where I'm going to put. When I start getting inside of the picture, outside is fine. Like I can color out here all I want, and it's not going to show because I have a clipping mask on. But so that's good. But I want to use a different shade of black for the jacket so it doesn't blend in with the hair. Just gonna blend this. I'm affecting the layers underneath here with the grayscale. I want to just blend that in a little bit because it looks kind of weird without with the with the heavy line layer just completely going like that. So I'm not going to completely remove it. So this isn't uh, how it's going to look in the end, but it looks better with the thing here. And then we just got to put the light for the reflective light. But I want it all for now so I can see where I need to put the color. I think I stopped right at the sideburn, so I'm gonna lower the brush and go right into the sideburn there. Okay. And that should work right there. Okay. Increase the size. Okay, I'm gonna try to blend this in so it's not sloppy looking. It kind of already does look kind of like weird, but it'll be fine. When everything is together, it looks fine. So okay, I think the hair is good. So now I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna do the face. I could leave the lines on for the face, I think. I just need to change my brush size. Because I want to get underneath these little bangs here. That is not the paintbrush. I had to double check what brush I'm on. I gotta make sure where I paint this in. Okay. Yeah. Choosing this color as a base, it'll be lighter when it's light, when it's in the light, and darker when it's in the dark, of course, because I have the grayscale underneath. But that's the base here is like close. The base color is closer to the middle of the face. That's where it starts going from light to dark. So that is the base color. Get underneath the bob here so that way I can just color. I only have to worry about coloring around the eyes and the mouth without crossing into those areas because those areas are going to have their own colors, of course. And we're just going to fill in the face. What I'll do is I'm going to stop here, right? And then I'm going to increase my brush size and then continue on the other side of the face. That way I can color with a larger brush and cover more ground. And if I cross over to that, I'll just blend it in. Like so, like there, like right there, where it's starting to, the color is starting to saturate a little bit more because I already colored there. I'm going to blend that. That's basically how we're going to bring the color in on every layer after. It's just the color over the what the world? Why is that there? Oh, I see. I guess. I don't know. I actually don't know why that's the color is saturating right there. Yeah, we're going to have to use multiply in those areas because that should not be that it should not be that saturated. But those will be for a future layer. Not now. I'm not going to worry about it now. What I will do is color into that. Oh, that's strange that that happened like that. I don't know. It must have been. I must have made a mistake somewhere in one of the other layers. So that normally does not happen. That's not even the base color. Why is it so saturated? What have I done? Yeah, hang on. Something is right here. I'm not I don't like this the way this is turning out. What the heck? What the heck happened? It should not be that saturated route right there. It should be the same as this side, but it isn't. Huh. I might just have to color it, color it in, and then fix it on a different layer. It's looking like that's. I'm gonna have to correct that. That normally doesn't happen, and I'm not sure what I did to cause that. So we're just gonna freaking sally forth on that. Sally forth. I don't know what I did. It's gonna be all right. We're gonna get there. Yeah, that's the color it should be on that side on her on the dark side of her face. Is that is the color of the ear right there. But for some reason it's not like that. I already know it's something I did. I just don't remember what I did. So I'm gonna go around her lips here with the skin color. Okay, we're starting to go back into the saturated area now. For some reason, it's just doing that. And it's very jarring to my eyes. It's only on that side. I already know. I know how I'm gonna fix it, so it's not a big deal. Like I said, when I shade in the darkness, the dark colors, I'm going to use a multiply layer for this because that is the wrong shade of dark there. This is, you see how our ear is right there? That's how it should look on this side, but it's super saturated right there. Yeah, we're just gonna have to fix that. Might be I used the wrong tone because I noticed that my gray was lighter than it should be. And then I corrected the gray. I think this is what happened. I corrected the gray and then went over this side, and now it's this. Now it's a very saturated darkness here. I'm tempted to just leave it blank now because it's looking really bad. Like I completely colored over. Yeah, I can't leave it like that. I completely colored over the grayscale. Oh, I have to find out what layer is causing that. It's this layer, isn't it? Wait. That's the problem right there. This super light gray. I need to find which layer that is and get rid of that. That has to be fixed. I know what I did. When I was oh my god. When I was when I was shading in the face, remember when when I had it on an eraser, I erased that side of the face. That's the problem. I actually erased my grayscale on that side of the face, and it's showing. And I already saved it too. I can't revert it. I thought I went back far enough to erase it, but I guess I didn't. Yeah, I think I messed up my picture. I messed it- oh my God. I can revert it. I can't revert it. It's a middle layer. One of these layers has to be I have to find the right layer and then copy that and then delete the layer that I've screwed up. I think I'm trying to figure out how I need to fix this, but I just messed up my picture. Wow. Okay, so off stream I'm gonna figure out how to fix this, but it's coming to the end of my stream. Well, today has been a stream, I would say. um, we had some disconnection issues, and I just accidentally messed up my picture, so I have to figure out how to fix it. Tomorrow hopefully will be a better stream. I will be on tomorrow. We're going to continue with the color. Later on today, I'm going to attempt to fix what I messed up. I erased some stuff by accident, and it's showing in the color. So if you want to watch me see if I fixed what I did today, tune in tomorrow, and I appreciate you all being here. Thank you. Like I said, this stream was a struggle, but we're going to be all right. Okay, I will be back tomorrow. Um, if you're free and you stop by, I will see you then.